Yesterday I recorded a video about how to strategically trade your silver for gold when the time comes to do it. There's one topic that I forgot to mention, and that is how to minimize the tax impact of doing that. Now, it turns out if you trade likes, if you trade one form of silver for another, it is generally considered an even exchange, and you might even be able to, if there's a cost in doing that, you might even be able to add that to your cost basis. For example, one thing I hope to do, I have a couple 1,000 ounce silver bars. I hope to turn them into smaller units of silver to make it easier to do the kind of trading I talked about yesterday, the silver cost averaging of turning silver into gold. Now, it costs about $1 or so an ounce to convert 1,000 ounce silver bars into rounds. Now, when I do that, I get to add the cost basis. So if I paid, let's say I paid $30,000 for that 1,000 ounce silver bar, and then I spend another 1,000 to turn it into 1 ounce silver rounds, it will be as if I paid $31 an ounce for those rounds when I go to sell them in terms of cost basis. The problem is that there's an exception for trading silver for gold, that it's not considered an even exchange. They literally spell it out in the tax code. They don't spell out what happens when you trade other precious metals, though. Trading platinum for palladium and vice versa, which is my favorite one because the ratios are very predictable. Trading gold for platinum. You know, it's kind of weird that they don't spell it out, because what if you trade silver for platinum and then you trade platinum for gold, right? It would be kind of awkward that would be a tax-free exchange. Whatever the case is, let's assume that you do have to pay taxes for it. Let's see what we can do about that. Now, if you've been dollar cost averaging silver for the last 21 years, so at the beginning of 2001, it was 4.6. At the beginning of 2021, it was 26.389. Let's imagine you invested $10,000 a year into silver. In 2001, you would have bought 2,100 some ounces of silver. In 2021, you would have bought 378. In total, today, you would have 19,400 ounces of silver at an average cost of $10.82 an ounce. So right off the bat, you can see you're not doing too bad by dollar cost averaging, right? Because you bought a lot more silver back here than you did either in 2011 or in 2021. Now it gets better though. Now let's say the time comes that you want to trade silver for gold. Let's consider two scenarios. Let's consider if silver were $100 an ounce on the day you want to start doing this. Well, it turns out when you go to sell any sort of investment, if you've bought multiple batches of it, the IRS, I'm recording this in 2021, obviously tax law will change, so make sure to check if it has changed on the day you're viewing this video, but the IRS will let you choose which batch you want to sell, right? And depending on the kind of silver you buy, I'm not sure if you buy silver bars that have a serial number on them, if the IRS will actually check which bars you actually sell. But it doesn't hurt to make sure you actually sell the bars that match what you bought, right? So let's imagine it's $100 an ounce. Let's imagine that you're doing this in a year that you're in a very high tax bracket, right? Maybe you won the lottery that year, or you just landed your dream job that year, right? You want to minimize the amount of taxes you want to pay, right? In theory, you could sell the bars that you bought in 2011 first, right? Now imagine you want to start doing this during a year where there's a pandemic, you lost your job, and the IRS isn't going to count your unemployment income as income. Then you want to maximize the gain you made on silver because you're paying a lower tax rate on that, right? If you're in a 10% tax bracket or a 15%, or imagine you're doing this in a year with a Republican who has just cut taxes, right? You want to sell the ones with the highest profit first, right? You could sell the ones that you bought in 2001 first, right? Or imagine that your doctor tells you have 6 months to live and you're going to pass most of your silver as an estate, right? Then you want to minimize your income taxes because the rest of your silver is going to be an estate which has a lower, if you're under 5 million, has no taxes on it, right? So there's a lot of games you can play if you dollar cost average your silver like this that you wouldn't have been able to do if you had bought all your silver in one go.